Howdy, it's me, Manic Mark. And here I am with Mr. Burns. That's really bad. There you go. Hey, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from the bunkers. No, I gotta do it right. Do it right. Hey, it's me, Manic Mark, and Mr. Burns, coming to you from the bunker system located underneath our villa, found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. And yesterday was a beautiful sunny day, and today it's rainy, but it's kind of warm. What are you making another video for so soon? Well, my day to run out, and I went to the Half Price Books, and all through the 50-cent bin there was nothing until I got right to the very end, and then I found a few they'd stuck in the night before, so I thought I'd share them. Right? What? What? People can't even see you. Now they'll be able to see your head better. Should I start over? They can see the top of your head, but they can't see the top of my head now. I don't know if I like this framing. What do you think? Let's start over. Howdy. Hey, howdy. It's me, Manic Mark, and Mr. Burns. Coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the Art Villa, found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest, with the follow-up video from yesterday. It's not a follow-up video. Well, it's just another video because I went out today and went to Half Price Books, and I was sure there was nothing. I went up to the counter, and the young, really pretty cheerful girl behind the counter was like, tapped in the few records that I found, and then she said, she giggled and said, "Oh, I almost typed in 98 records." So I only got about 8 records. And I said, "Well, if you had 98 records, I would buy them." And she said, "Oh, well, there haven't been very many records this winter." And I said, "I noticed." And she said, "Well, now that it's spring, people are starting to come in and bring their records in more than they were." And I said, "We'll see about that." And then she chucked me out, and I thanked her and left. Anyway, but I went to the whole half. There are not many, but there were a few of those gospel records that nobody wants stuck at the end. You're such a squirmy worm. I'm gonna have to put you down. Okay, go. Be gone with you, squirmy worm. 2 weeks since the steroid treatment, and he's been in pretty good shape. He woke up today and he was like kind of like, "Oh no, he's back," but he just slept weird, I think. So he's much better considering he's like about 98 years old and dog years or something like that. Okay, let's hold up the first one. Oh, well, I had a story, and now I'm gonna have to sit here and try to remember what it was. Figured out my file sharing thing, but that doesn't. I just avoided it. I avoided it for a year because there are over 3,000 files that I've got, and I started straightening them out. I figure even if I do 10 a day, that's 10, that's 110, that's not many, that's like 10 a day. You can figure it out for yourself if you have a calculator. But the point is that how long is it going to take me? And there's many mistakes. And I can't find. Anyway, I fixed it, but yet I didn't fix it. If you know what I mean, because there's. So let's go. I think I may have this one, but I couldn't remember, so I picked it up again on QCA, which is a local label. It's the Roar family. Okay. Now, if you have watched Manic Mark videos a long time, occasionally I just do say the same thing over again. In this case, I explain the stock cover. What's up with the deal with the cover? Well, they had these blanks with like it was a pre-printed one-color blue, and this was white in here. And so then they would say, well, we can print your one color. See, we have a 2-color cover for the price of 1 color. We'll print your photograph in there. The cover, the back were covered, so then you got the 1 color with the. That's why. This is a duotone. This is what it's called, the duotone. I'm just going to talk in printer's terms. Duotone is 2 colors. Tritone's 3 colors. Monotone's 1 color. This is 2 colors. A duotone, which is the black and white photograph, plus somebody, whoever, except they didn't put it on the back cover. It's that strange. But somebody who knew what they were doing printed the Gospel Gems out of Dayton, Ohio's cover as a duotone. which improved the effectiveness of the photograph. This photo, this could have been printed in a duotone and it would have been better. It's so washed out it would have added depth, but they didn't do that. Well, they couldn't do it because, what am I thinking? It was a pre-printed cover, like I said. Oh, God, sometimes. Was this pre-printed? It sure seems like it might have been, but then they could have used a duotone here and they didn't. They went with the blue. Why did they do that? And the worst ones are when they're using just red or a magenta as a color, or the second color, and they print their photograph into, you just want to take them and slap them. In this case, I think I've got this one, but I'm not sure, so I picked it up again. I think I may have this one too. I'm almost sure because I remember the name Blackie. It's the Howe family. Oh, here's a perfect example. I didn't even know it was in the stack of a magenta monotone photograph. Like, oh, who would sell somebody like that? Oh, it'll be cheaper. That's it. I know what it won't be cheaper because they're on the back, Blackie. Blackie's on the back in a regular monotone. But I know what the salesperson will say. Well, you know, 2 colors is going to cost this much, and if you just go with 1 color, well, what should that 1 color be? Now, the mistake will be like, oh, well, we think red. We're dynamic. We want red. And the printer's like, well, you're going to have to go with the magenta, which is part of the CMYK process. It's the M, cyan, CM, magenta, Y, yellow, K for black. Why? I don't know. You think I'm a printer? Why are you going through this? You're really hurting people today just for a few records. They got to stick through your silliness. Also on Queen City album, here's a great photograph. Another pre-printed cover. Singing Preachers Trio shouting on the hills of glory. Thinking maybe bluegrass-esque. Is that how they describe themselves? Yeah, we're going to come to your church and we're going to do some bluegrass-esque gospel music. Is that bluegrass-like? No, esque. Like? No, esque. Just go on. Oh, you're so funny. No, you're not. Okay, it's Wesley Barnett and the Galileans. The better photograph's on the back. The kid's playing bass. Appears to be a Fender. Fender guitars all around, right? It's sealed. QCA there to Springfield. Also sealed. That Wesley Barnett, I don't like him. I'm never going to open his album. Never going to listen to it. Bits. See, this is recorded at Cybertech Studio out of Dayton. That's a new one. I haven't heard of that. Don't remember. Anyway. Hey, there's a duotone, right? I think that's a duotone. See, and they got the mobile home. Yesterday I was saying how they had a tour bus. They always, whenever they got the bus, they took their photograph and they put it on the cover of the album because it was like, hey, we're super good because we've got the tour bus and we've got instruments. Not only do we have instruments, we probably had those first. It's Logic would have. Okay, it's not last but not least, but it's a change of subject. And what's the date on it? 1960. Looks like it's RCA though, so they did a few classical things I found on RCA, but not many. It's playing classical selections here. It's a cellist with a flutist. A flautist? Flutist? I tried to do that. What the hell else is on here? Anyway, but the photographs at Bad Habits cover, that's why I picked it up. He's got the case, the cello case with, oh, I've been all over stickers on it. But then he's smoking a cigarette. But because he plays classical music, he's smoking a cigarette with one of them little old black stem things that you stick the holder. That's right. He's classy. Here's last but not least, and I probably won't feature it because, well, there is one song on it, but I probably not going to do it. Anyway, it was just a great novelty cover. It wasn't in the novelty bin. I don't know what the deal is. Those guys can't figure out anything there. But it's the guy, the preacher who was in jail for 17 years. Man, have I had this one? Don't think so. I know I've seen it, but I don't think I have it. It's the preacher. There he is again. I got out of jail, and I straightened myself out from 35 years being a dope addict. 35 years. How did he stop being a dope addict after 35? After 35 years, I can't stop being myself. All of what I am, which would include being a dope addict, which I'm not. Is that him on the back? Is that his face? Was he a dope addict then? It's hard to tell. Was that him before he... No, that's Jimmy Hall, the director of South Cleveland Youth Choir, who won a national award in 1964. That's not a dope addict. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to infer. He's got pretty nice shoes on for a convict. Now he's the minister of gospel. Sherry Martin is featured on doing Amazing Grace. That would be a song. Anyway, that was just a fun thing to find. And I really need to go exercise again by now. Just putting off. Oh, why do I keep looking at those lights? Oh! It burned my retinas out.
For you there on the cross, sinners won't give your heart to Jesus, that your soul may not be lost. Oh, sinner, won't you come to Jesus, let him forgive you of your sin. When his fight down here is over, say, well done, you sinner. For you there on the cross, sinners won't give your heart to Jesus, that your soul may not be lost. Oh, sinner, won't you come to Jesus, let him forgive you of your sin. When his life down here is over, say, well